My name is David Lawler. I'm one of the directors of the Green Ocean Foundation. This is phase 3 of the Green Ocean Dún Laoghaire project. 2 years ago we started initially with phase 1 and it was primarily about trying to understand whether oysters, the native Irish oyster, would survive, grow and actually reproduce here in Dún Laoghaire. We saw incredible levels of growth. We saw really low levels of mortality. We were able to prove that the actual oyster project had efficacy, that we'd be able to expand it. And then phase 3 is very much about scaling up that opportunity. So for example, phase 1 had only 300 oysters, whereas this phase here has 18,000 oysters. Oysters filter water at a rate of 190 litres per day, and they filter nitrates and plankton from the water. This in turn allows the water to become clearer and improve water quality, which allows for sunlight to penetrate the seafloor. This of course creates photosynthesis for marine life like seaweed and seagrass, which is a really important carbon sink, and that habitat allows for juvenile fish to grow, adult fish to spawn, and what happens is we have a working ecosystem. So the oyster is a foundational or keystone species or a climate hero. Today we're joined by 30 volunteers from our sponsor companies and from other places, including DCU. DCU are our scientific partner on this project. They've started over the summer of 2025 to record the baseline water quality, and we'll be tracking that now over the next number of years.
I'm working with the Green Ocean Foundation project here to look at how oysters can be effective in filtering chemicals and other pollutants, other potential contaminants from the water around us. We know that oysters are very effective filter feeders, and so they can filter plankton but also chemicals into their bodies. So when we measured what's in the water, we found things like pharmaceuticals, pesticides and other contaminants. And so the idea is that we would study the oysters over the coming years and to see how they filter those out of the water, but also to see what impact those chemicals have on the oysters themselves. Well, what's great about this project is these are natural organisms. These are organisms that can grow and expand naturally within the ecosystem. In fact, we know that these oysters were here 200 years ago. And so the great thing about this project is we're using a nature-based solution, a natural solution to cleaning up our environment.
Hopefully we'll be able to expand this with the permissions of people like Dún Laoghaire Harbour and the Marina, but we're also looking to expand into Greystones Harbour Marina this afternoon as well, and we're looking at other locations around Ireland as well. But ultimately it's about trying to start here in Dublin, learn from our experience and then expand it both here in Dún Laoghaire and elsewhere. This project has become a reality because of our sponsors. Goodbody stockbrokers have contributed, Jenkinson Logistics, Matheson LLP and Farmhand, as well as Watermark coffee through the sale of Green Ocean coffee.
Delighted to be here today planting oysters with our good friends in Green Ocean. We have a bit of a long story with Watermark coffee. We did their first footprint, so we've been watching their development as a sustainable business for a long time, and was just absolutely delighted when Goodbody decided to support this initiative of planting oysters and the impact that it's having on the water quality in Dublin Bay. I think they were called environmental engineers. For Goodbody as a business, we're all about impact. This is something that's a relatively simple thing for us to get involved in, get our teams involved in, and show a bit of example.
Dave approached us probably about a year ago now. We're absolutely amazed with the project and what Dave was trying to do, and almost how scientific he's approaching it. Everything from DCU involved, the whole baselining of the status of the ecosystem today. Sustainability is very core to our heart. It's a really important principle for us to be involved in and value.
For more information, check out greenoceanfoundation.ie, or you can look us up on our socials.